Major Shah, what do you have to say on the fact that there have been massive air raids alerts in Kiev, and also how students get panicked in this situation? How right now Colonel Singh had just said that be assured that India is there because India has good relations with both Ukraine and Russia. What do you have to say on that?
Yes, Colonel Sundar Singh rightly brought out that firstly I would say the only virus that spreads rapidly is not coronavirus or plague or anything. It is fear and panic, as rightly brought out by Colonel Sundar Singh as well, that do not panic, maintain your calm, composure. See, if my dear friends who are listening to me in Ukraine right now, if you have faith in God, you will get what God desires for you. If you have faith in yourself, you will get what God will give you, what you so desire, and you will come out very easily. I'm telling you, it will not be easy, well, but then Indian government is going to facilitate it for you all. So definitely, and the bombs which are falling right now on Kiev, these are, see, when a bomb comes, it does not ask whether it's the embassy or school or a playground. It will just fall. Unlike a sniper where you have two people to fire a sniper, one is a spotter, and there's a lot of calculations, a lot of technicalities involved in it. Just like Colonel Sundar Singh and I, we both are gunners, we are from the regiment of artillery. There are a lot of calculations involved in firing an artillery gun. But when you fire an artillery shell, it can, like say, if you fire a field gun, it can have a range of 17200 meters. So now it is very difficult to where it's landing. It will not be that precise many times. So now when there are threats of air bombing, well, Russia has not really unleashed its air force as yet, because there are a lot of war crimes allegations on Russia, and President Zelensky has also appealed at the International Court of Justice against Russia, which rightly so. And Russia, what they did by attacking a country was wrong. Remember one thing, an aggressor is always wrong. An aggressor is always wrong. Who starts a fight, a physical fight? It was okay till the time there was a debate and argument. It's like, you know, Riyanka, you and I, if we do not, or if we have a debate in a panel and a person does not, and we're in the studio, a person does not agree. So a person goes and smashes him or bashes him, or says, oh, I have bigger muscles, so I will bash you. Or I have a weapon, I have a 9mm pistol, so I will shoot you. No, that is not the way. So a lot of sympathies which Russia had earlier, before 21st February, were all lost, most of them, because they went and attacked at the end of the day by an aggressor. So now when bombs shell on Kiev, see, Kiev, Kharkiv, Mariupol and Sumy, these are four cities where both the countries had agreed, okay, we give a safe passage. But only on paper again. Within the first 2 hours of the ceasefire being announced, the ceasefire was abrogated. But it was not at a macro level, it was a micro level, which means, like, I have served for 2 years at the Indo-Pak border, before the ceasefire in 2003 and after the ceasefire at the end of 2003. In Nagaland I have served, where there is a ceasefire with the insurgents. But when there is an abrogation of the ceasefire, that does not mean that they receive the orders from the top commanders to abrogate the ceasefire and to get trigger happy and to fire. No. It means that someone over there got trigger happy and we opened fire. So it's unpredictable. A war zone is always unpredictable. We do not know about what happens in life to people like us. We are sitting in peace in an AC environment right now. We do not know what can happen to us. There's no guarantee of seeing the light of day tomorrow for us. Imagine in a war zone, it's even more a bigger challenge. But we only have to keep our spirits up, morale up, and even though, and also if we escape in a bombing zone tactfully, I'm saying, where's the guarantee if you go from point A to point B? From this point you run to point B. The next bomb will also fall here, will not fall there. It's unpredictable completely, Riyanka.
Right.
So yes, only way is the people who are in underground shelters, you are very, very well protected right now. When I was in a bunker, I considered myself to be lucky. I did not have the luxuries. It was very tough. I had to rough it out. We all as soldiers have to rough it out. But at the end of the day,
yes.
Also, lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that, you know, I'm a trained soldier. We are trained soldiers. But let me tell, I really salute the spirit of these youngsters. Had I been in their place and had I not been a trained soldier, I would not have been able to cope with the situation the way they and their families have coped. They are real heroes.
Right, definitely. Major Shah, what do you think that the war in Ukraine looks to be one of the Russian Putin's that he cannot win on his own preferred terms, but one which he cannot even afford to lose?
In that he's spoken about attack, he's talking about defense, he's talking about tactical withdrawal. Tactical withdrawal is when you know the defeat is inevitable, you will not be able to fight the enemy, and instead of inflicting more casualties on yourself and your troops, you withdraw that time itself. There is no harm in that at all. There is no matter of ego or something to really feel bad about. In 1971, Pakistan had laid down their arm before us, and we got 95,000 troops of Pakistan to surrender to India. When General JFR Jacob, he also played a psychological warfare in a way when he went to Dhaka and did salami slicing and he spoke to General Niazi from Pakistan. That's a different thing. So there is no harm in actually, as a soldier, we are always taught, never lay down your arms, fight till your last breath. Yes, and we should also, we must also. But you know, in the beginning itself, when the world was analyzing that the power and the military of Russia and the power of Ukraine, the military of Ukraine was nothing. But my old commanding officer, Brigadier Gautam Ganguly and I, we sat down, we did a YouTube live, two of us, and he had spoken at that time that don't underestimate the guerrilla tactics of the Ukrainians. They are outstanding at guerrilla warfare because we have served in Nagaland and with the Assam Rifles, so these people are very good at laying booby traps and guerrilla warfare. And no one can actually, Vietnamese, again, these people are very good at guerrilla warfare. And imagine Russia, for the last couple of days, has just been 10 to 12 kilometers away from Kyiv, from the capital. They have not been able to come close. But even if you see the 64-kilometer long convoy, the vehicle heading it, obviously, if you use your common sense, I mean, everyone knows, everyone is a tiger in their own den, right? The moment you step out of your kingdom, it would be alien, foreign for you. So the vehicle heading the convoy almost knew 90% that maybe they may not come back at all. And that's how terrible a war is. You don't know. You leave your families, we see images of young children being separated from their families and being as refugees, and they're walking, who've lost their parents, who are walking for miles in the snow for survival, just for survival, whereas we take life for granted. So when the Russians entered Ukraine, at that time they thought, tactfully, they might have got strategically and the calculation must have gone wrong, thinking that, oh, Ukraine is a small country, we will easily get the better out of them within a matter of few hours, within a day or two, maximum. I'm not talking about Kyiv, the entire Ukraine would be gone. But look at the fight the Ukrainians have put up, and I was against it personally. My personal view was, by issuing arms to a civilian, you are doing a grave mistake over there. Because a weapon is not something, it's not easy to handle. It takes years of training and spending time and training with your weapon. When I was posted in Jammu Kashmir, Yanka, even when I was having a bath, I used to hold my weapon and have a bath. I would sleep with my weapon, I would eat with my weapon. It was part of my body. It became like as good as my hand or legs. So when I had to actually use it on militants, on insurgents, I was very comfortable using it. So it came with years of training and building relationship with a weapon. It's not as simple as, okay, here, take a weapon, go on and start firing. You need training for that. So I was against that. But I feel Ukrainians have really put up a brave front. I commend them for their spirit, for their patriotism, for their nationalism, for their fighting spirit, for never giving up attitude. But then, if you look at the larger picture, Riyanka, who benefits from this? Russia is going to lose. Russia is going to drown. They might win the battles, they might take over Kyiv, alright, but they will lose the war, the larger picture. So now, who benefits from this? Is it going to be Russia? No, definitely not. It will take so many years for Russians to gain back their economy. The ruble has gone down, so badly down, it almost is like a rupee right now. So, Ukraine definitely suffers, there's no denying that, and it's like, I will die, I will take you along with me if I die. It is very simple as that. So they will work very, very hard, but ultimately the gainers are going to be America. You can calculate it is definitely America and China. China for two main reasons. First, the attention has gone from the South Pacific, from the Indo-China Sea towards the West, towards Europe, towards Russia and Ukraine. And the second reason, of course, when the more sanctions you put on Russia, they are undeterred. It will not matter to them. They will open the trade route through China. So the economy would be gated from there. So China benefits, US benefits, the arms market benefits. Who would not want the war to end? Such a terrible thing. And when both the countries are making claims, information warfare is going on. Oh, we shot down so many Russians, we shot a major general, we brought down a brigadier of the Ukraine, all that. Why? In other words, so many children you've made orphans. So many young wives, you've made them widows. So many children, you've made them lose their parents.
Right.
So, at the end of the war, a mother waits for a son, a father waits for a son, a sister waits for a brother waits for a brother, a friend waits for a friend. It is the politicians who shake hands. And so it is a very sad state of affairs. I really hope and pray that's the only thing that I can do sitting over here. And apart from contributing the way you are doing it, the way your channel is doing great work, similarly, only thing we can do is just pray to the Almighty that good sense should prevail. And yes, these talks should, I hope they do, result in something good, Priyanka.
Yes, definitely.